Hey everybody, listening to another episode of the WolfPack Podcast, and today's episode number 38. Today, we're talking about Star Wars Rebels, the Season 2 premiere. I know some of you guys haven't seen the premiere, so before we actually talk about the premiere, we're going to start with the trailer. I'm going to give you a breakdown of the trailer. Obviously, that was a big deal during the panel at Celebration Anaheim. Obviously, we saw the premiere at Celebration Anaheim. I'm Corey. Also on my screen, he's right over here. We've got Nabil.
Hey, what's up, everybody?
We've got Steve.
Hello.
We've got Marco.
What's up, everybody?
And we've got Chris.
Hey, everybody out there.
So yeah, let's go ahead and start breaking down this trailer because I know at least me and Nabil, when we saw it, we literally jumped out of our seats. And look at him trying to brush it off. But that's definitely something we did, and I don't know about you guys, but we jumped out of our seats.
No, I didn't.
Just let him. So we're gonna show some screenshots from the actual trailer. Obviously, this is the big news. Captain Rex is back. How do you guys feel about this?
Awesome.
Yeah.
Truly awesome.
I was very excited when you just heard his voice and they showed him. It was just too cool.
Oh, yeah.
I kind of like the way they connected in the trailer too, where like Kanan was just talking about Vader, then he's like, I haven't felt this hate since, and then Ahsoka says the Clone Wars, and then it cuts to a blank screen, then you hear all these guns loading up, and then you hear name's Rex. Like, whoa.
He's still wearing that armor though after all those years. It's like, how many years is this? I don't know. 10?
15.
5? Something like
15.
What do you guys think about the beard?
that. Yeah, that armor's got to be a little bit sweaty by now. I mean, it's we've got tail through the Clone Wars and it's still weird. Woof.
The beard, I don't
Beard I
think.
can tolerate. It's the fatness. Some people are like, oh, that's muscle. That ain't muscle. That's pure fat.
It's muscle.
I think it's muscle on Rex.
No, that's fat, man. Come on now.
Wow.
I think it's funny. That he's fat. I think it's funny how he had not like white, but like a bleach blonde hair. Now it's gone. Now it's just a white beard.
Yeah, that's true.
See, that's the only thing I don't like about this, okay? I would have been
I don't
okay if Gregor had the beard, but I feel like Rex is already such a, here, let me give a comparison.
But what I heard about Gregor is he's going to be like that one wizard from The Hobbit, that crazy one.
Gandalf?
No. No.
Radagast.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's how I imagined it.
Actually, it's like, yeah.
Well, and I think that can be a cool thing, too, to see Clone going senile, and obviously right here we've got Captain Rex, Republic Commando Gregor, and...
Oh, you see the helmet in the background?
Yeah, the Phase 1 helmet, yep.
Oh, that's cool.
Pretty sweet.
Yeah, we also have Commander Wolf. WolfPack lives in Rebels, so that's awesome.
Dave Filoni had to bring him in. It's no surprise at all.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's like I was saying. Throw that beard on Gregor and have Rex just look like a regular, guy without a beard. Maybe a little bit of a beard, but maybe bleach it a bit. I don't know. I'm not bashing Rex coming back. I'm just saying I wish the beard was a little changed.
I think what they should have done was keep his iconic hairstyle.
Yeah.
Like, now that you guys mentioned it, I mean, clearly we recognized him as soon as we saw him. Sort of. The bald hair. He was practically bald anyway, but the blonde hair would have helped a little bit more sweeten the deal. And maybe just have little stubs.
Yeah.
That full-blown Santa Claus thing.
It's kind of like a in a TV advert called Captain Birdseye, and he's like an old. That's exactly if you Google Captain Birdseye, this is him. It's crazy. It just looks like this TV crazy character, but they almost look a little bit too old for me. Wolf, I don't know.
Well, we were talking, and we were like, well, if you were to look at Rex and you didn't know this was Star Wars, would you still think this is Rex?
No, not really.
I don't think so either. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, if he doesn't say who he is, we would guess, maybe?
Yeah, I'm sure we could see similarities for sure, because there are, for sure. Like, the top of his, like, above his mustache, you can definitely see some you know.
Yeah, you can see Rex a little bit there.
And
But again, you
Yeah.
can't recognize him because he doesn't have the freaking, blonde. He's just full blown bald.
now Wolf, I actually really like. I think Wolf looks a lot
Yeah,
more.
He stands out.
Yeah, especially with that scar, and his hair kind of looks the same. I know he didn't have
He
a.
has hair.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, on the side back here. Yeah.
Well, no, and on the top of his head.
Oh, okay.
So.
Wolf looks a little thinner. Sorry, Chris.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Do you know what I mean? Wolf looks a little more thinner in the cheekbones. Rex looks like he's been eating all the imperial pies and kind of a little chunkier, a little bit kind of. Cheers. A little bit kind of. He's also as well. Wolf was always that little bit more miserable and kind of mean, and because he lost his eye, he was. Rex is a little bit more. I wouldn't say happy, but you know what I mean. A little bit more. Less grumpy.
Yeah.
But look, all that aside, we got Rex back, we got these clones back,
Yeah.
and
Great.
that's I don't think we could have asked for a cooler. We'll see. And if you look at Rex like this, he looks a lot better. I just wish the beard wasn't. I just wish the beard wasn't as fluffy as it is.
Wolf's got like that chopper beard mustache going on.
Yeah.
Are we really complaining about his beard? It's like they bring him back and then we're complaining. He's gone and then we're complaining.
Well, I think the point that you're getting as well, or Nabil was mentioning, was it's too fluffy. As Chris says, it's almost like he had his beard shampooed and conditioned. You wanted to be more. I mean, they're in the middle of nowhere in
Hey,
this.
he's got a lot of spare time. You don't know what his hobbies are.
Hey, it's better than Sio Bibble.
For 10 years.
I see where Marco's coming from, though. Honestly, we get Rex back, and now here we are complaining about the beard.
It's different. I'm glad they tried something different with it.
What was that, Nabil?
I hope we get to see them with their helmets
Yeah.
sometime. That'd be pretty sick.
That'd be awesome.
And then, of course, he has this awesome blaster from the Clone Wars, DC-15 blaster, or DC-17.
Yeah.
That's
your rifle.
Dude, Wolf, I think, just looks better because the beard isn't.
Helps.
Yeah, the beard isn't as bushy and here I am complaining about the beard again. But
Remember, this may be a plot point for Dave to do that kind of thing where you see them, that Rex and these guys are in the middle of nowhere, they're kind of semi-retired. Maybe Ahsoka and the crew and the Rebels crew bring them back into the whole rebellion, and Dave then can shave the beard and smarten them up and lose a little weight, and to show a difference in the character. So they could do that. So
Yeah, that's true.
Right. I mean, from what we see though in the trailers, we do kind of see them in action. We see Rex and the Ghost shooting at TIE fighters, and he still had the beard. So maybe that's just all in one episode.
yeah, it probably is. I actually really like what you just said, Steve. I think that'd be.
Yeah, I think that'll definitely happen. The progression.
You know, it was kind of like Maul with the, he had these spider legs and he was kind of losing his brain and he was just a mess.
Yeah.
And then they kind of, tighten him up and suddenly he's badass again. So, yeah, I don't know. Could be.
I really like the way his armor looks.
You guys think there's more clones alive?
Yeah, I think there's probably more than just these three. I think so.
It'd be awesome to see others. It'd be nice to see Echo since we saw the Bad Batch art.
Yeah, I agree.
It'd be pretty cool to see Echo around.
I feel like they've been, advertising Echo so much that I just would not be surprised if he does.
It'd be cool.
Yeah, make it in Rebels. It would only
Bad
make
Batch?
The Bad Batch.
They
Yeah.
come
Bad
back?
Batch would have to make it in Rebels.
Also, I feel like even if Rex still has the beard, man, he just looks so kick-ass here. I mean, look at that. He just.
I'm just glad he's back. I mean, literally, Corey, it's like you said, we freaking jumped out of our seats. I mean,
Yeah.
like as if the trailer hadn't already
You really
gone.
did.
Yeah. Huh?
I'm just saying, when Nabil said, we literally jumped out of our seat, and I was like, no, you really did.
Yeah, he was there. He was there.
I think I elbowed Chris. I was like, Rex, and elbowed Chris.
Yeah, I'm a little sore.
No, but I do really like what they're doing with their armor and stuff. It's like, that's all they've got, and it looks really cool. It's all beaten up and weathered.
Yeah.
I just hope that they can kind of, yeah, I mean, they probably won't show flashbacks, but it'd be kind of neat to hear Rex talk about what they did, like, during Order 66 and beyond that, or maybe even get it in comic books.
Yep.
Yeah,
I
I
would like that too.
See how he kept in contact with Ahsoka?
yeah.
Yep.
I'm sure Ahsoka just told them, hey, look, I got my clone buddies here. This is where they're at, because in the trailer it doesn't really seem like she's even there with them.
Yeah. Pretty much. And that's kind of how they were explaining it. Like, also, a lot of people are speculating that the planet that they're on is Abafar, where Gregor fell in Clone Wars.
You know what? It makes sense. Actually, it looks like it now that you mention it, since they're just walking in a wasteland in their big what's that vehicle called? I'm sorry.
ATTE.
I'll get back.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think it looks a
looks
lot.
just like it.
Yeah.
It looks just stunning too.
Yeah. Visually, Rebels is so captivating. Every episode, they have this just beautiful shot of.
Yeah, their animation's incredible.
Oh yeah, this
And
is.
this so far is better than Lothal. Or
I was gonna say, Chris, you're just happy they're not Lothal.
Everybody's happy.
Lothal was so annoying.
Yeah, Lothal.
Actually, let's not even correct the person that says the planet's name, because I heard Darth Vader says it one way, and several other characters throughout season one say Lothal, whatever.
Yeah, I've heard Lothal before too. That's why I call it Lothal, because I heard him. I used to hear that too. And
I'm
here,
gonna just call it Planet L.
George Lucas called
Planet Lane.
Han, or what was it? Han and Han. Anyway.
yeah, Han and Han. Yeah.
Han and Han, yeah.
And,
Falcon and Falcon.
why don't we just call it the planet that was always there in season 1?
The season 1 planet.
Season 1.
Season 1 planet. Yeah.
And here's the ATT that they restored and are using to.
That's cool.
That's freaking sick too. I really like how they did that.
I like it a lot.
What other treasures, Easter eggs are they gonna have inside of there?
I know, bro. It's.
Can you imagine if Hasbro made that? That'd be really cool. Like a mid-sized vehicle.
Yeah, that'd be freaking sick. Now, it seems like here that in this episode, AT-ATs are going to crush their ATTE, because it seems like he's hanging on to a part of the ATTE, and that AT-AT is just walking right over it. So, I thought that was
surprised me.
Kind of cool because the design of the AT-ATs are, not the ones we've seen in Empire, and it's cool because they're harkening back to like Macquarie type concepts. You can see it more even in all the vehicle designs. It's awesome.
right. Here's a good look at them right there.
They look awesome.
What an iconic look too, just like the Battle of Hoth.
Well, I don't have it, but Micro Machines, they did release a I forgot what it was called, but they did have a Macquarie prototype AT-AT, then the actual AT-AT next to it. I can't remember if it actually looks like this or not. If it is, that's awesome.
yeah.
Take away the it's almost like it's got a little hood or a kind of collar on it. And I mean, if you take that away, there's not much difference between that and a regular AT-AT, really, apart from the gun turret up at the top and.
Yeah, the
the
windshield part of it's slightly different. It looks like it curves up the sides a little more, and it has extra windows, not just straight on.
Yeah.
But the turrets on the side are rounded.
Right.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good shot.
So that eel that we see in that clip that captures or tries to eat Zeb, I think we can obviously see it's kind of dead right there. So I guess Zeb gets out of that mess, and then I just think it's really cool to have an old Clone Wars vehicle kind of mixing with original trilogy vehicles.
Yeah.
That's a very good point.
It's just something that's never been done, and I think that's really cool. I have a feeling these episodes will probably be within the first 5.
Yeah, it'll probably be. Well, I mean, without spoiling anything yet, clearly most of what we see in the trailer is the first 2 episodes.
Yeah. Yep. And here we have a look at the AT-AT drivers for Rebels, stylized.
They look nice. I can't wait to have
Yeah,
those
that's cool.
Rebels for 'em.
Yeah, these are. That's the problem. The thing I didn't like about the Saga Legends release of the AT-AT driver that they released this year, I'm not a fan of this outfit, but for some reason, animated form, it looks a lot cooler. I don't know why.
Yeah.
I'm drawn to it. So.
I don't know. It's just animated characters from the movie sometimes appeal more. At least to me, it does.
Yeah. No. Absolutely. So.
Yeah, I think we'll definitely see these guys coming out.
I was going to say, I'm sure you guys know this, but I'd been collecting for years before. I didn't realize that. Oh, you've just changed it. But in the shop before, the Stormtrooper, I don't know what you know, but it's basically a Stormtrooper helmet with the TIE fighter pilot part shoved on top of it.
Yep.
I didn't realize that for years until maybe a year and a half ago, and I was like, what?
Yeah, that's
It
true.
just blew my brain. I was like, oh, wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't realize it until we saw this trailer.
It's like a glued together.
It basically was. That's what they did in the prop shop, and that's how they made them. So,
Yeah.
anyway.
Looks fantastic. I'm just so excited for season 2. It just seems like it's going to be an amazing amazing season. Here's one that caught my eye. Seems like on the same planet. Looks like Zeb has a old machine gun from the Clone Wars.
That's freaking sick. Oh, the Z6 rotary blaster cannon?
Yeah, now this gives you a perspective on how big Zeb is, because those look kind of big on the clones. I mean, look,
for real.
yeah, look how little it looks on Zeb. So,
That's insane.
it gives you a little perspective on how everybody looks. There's Ezra. It's his lightsaber. That's pretty much it for this planet. Here's another look at Rex kind of walking off the ATTE.
We had someone in the comments, they wrote, Henry Johnson wrote, I don't know if you're reading the comments, but while you guys talk,
Sure.
But the Rex story is the first 2 episodes of the regular season, then the Inquisitor stuff is in the 3rd part, then the Hondo is in like the 4th part of the season.
Oh, very cool.
So,
yeah, also, to make it clear to everybody, the Season 2 premiere, if anybody doesn't know, those aren't actual episodes, I think, counted in the show. This is a specific movie, like Spark of Rebellion. Yeah, like Spark of Rebellion. It's like an offshot setting up that season.
So you think we're going to get another, like a DVD release before the season comes out?
I think we will. Yeah.
That's cool. That's going to be one to get.
Yeah, I agree. Those specific episodes and together were mind-blowing. So,
oh yeah,
that'd be cool.
Yeah.
So here we got these guys. We got some Inquisitors going on. I think one thing to note is that it seems like every Inquisitor is called the Inquisitor, and every Inquisitor has the same blade, which I actually...
Yeah, it's a title, right? Inquisitor is just a title, isn't it?
It's like a position.
Yeah.
It's like a military position, and I think one thing that I like is that they don't have specific lightsabers, because I think as soon as you give a character specific lightsabers, it's kind of like...
a Sith apprentice.
Yeah, so I like that it's like, okay, they're all called the Inquisitor, and they all have the same blade. Now this specific alien, this looks like it's a new one. I've never seen.
Yeah, it doesn't look familiar to me.
Yeah. So
I think
It's kind of
I think this is an old concept that's been reused in some way. That helmet kind of shape, that weird shape of the head. Jason and I were talking about this last week. We both recognize it from somewhere over the years. I don't know, concept art for some, probably the prequels, I'd imagine. But
that kind of wears that, or someone from the Senate wears something similar to that.
Well, I was thinking
rings a bell.
he kind of looks like the those shark creatures from the Clone Wars arc, just modified, and it's
It's not that.
yeah, it's not that, but it feels like it's got features from it. It's definitely a creepy Inquisitor, definitely new, and I'm wondering if Hasbro will, if they do release this, will it just be branded the Inquisitor, or what's the title? The Inquisitor number 2?
Inquisitor number 2 and Inquisitor number 3 for the female one.
Yeah, so speaking of the female one, we have an image of her right here.
Sarah Michelle Gellar.
Yeah, I agree.
I love the little droid, the little probe droid, kind of seeker droid on the shoulder.
Some it's Asajj Ventress, and it kind of has the same body style when you see her further on in the trailer fighting against Ezra. But, I mean, yeah, it's possible. But I kind of feel like it's a new female character.
Yeah, it's either a new female character. There was a concept art that was revealed with this Inquisitor unmasked, and she had a green face. But it didn't look like a character we've seen before. So my guess is this is a brand new character. If not, I think it's Barasafi. If it's not a brand new character.
Well, didn't Dave at one of the panels we were at
Yeah.
talk about, when they showed the Asajj clip from the kind of unfinished episode, basically they showed a clip of Asajj chasing across a planet as a bounty hunter, that he'd mentioned that he felt they all began to really feel that, and George Lucas said the same thing, they didn't want to just push Asajj to the dark side. They felt there was more merit in the character that they wanted to give her, not to the good side, but some other kind of angle, and she was worthy of keeping around. So I can't remember the exact details of it, but I recall that at Celebration that they talked about Asajj in detail at that I can't see it being this character.
No.
Nah, it can't be Asajj.
I don't think so either.
I also want to point out that this specific shot with the new Inquisitor is very reminiscent to when Savage Opress is first introduced, where he's just
Savage and even Darth Maul when he's coming out of his ship in Tatooine when it's still like nighttime.
Right.
Yeah.
Very homage to both of those scenes.
Yeah,
The red interior, and he comes out the back of the butt of the ship. It's
the butt of the ship.
you know what
It definitely seems like we're gonna have them working together. You see Zeb blasting them from the Phantom. Now, I thought this was odd. Usually,
Thanks, Chris.
usually the fighter is flown by Hera. It seems like it's Zeb, so I don't know. Maybe something happened to Hera. I don't know. But
Don't we have a theory? It's by no means a spoiler at all, but are we thinking that could be Barriss?
Yeah, I mean, it's a possibility.
I know we were talking about it.
That'd be really cool. And then we could finally get Ahsoka and her story like concluded.
Yeah, that'd be really cool.
yeah, I agree. I just think that one thing that's cool, it's like, okay, we sent one Inquisitor, alright, you guys clearly
Let's send
didn't defeat that, here's two. You know?
And it begs the question, who's voicing these guys? Maybe Sarah Michelle Gellar's
Yes.
voicing her.
Yes.
Yeah, that could be Sarah.
Because I know Freddie, when I interviewed him, said that their daughter's really going to like the character that Michelle's playing in the show. So, to me, a Sith Inquisitor would be pretty sick.
Yeah. Well, see, would that scare his daughter, though? Because I know Freddie was saying in the interview, too, that there's a lot of stuff that, his daughter has to look away from sometimes. So I wonder if maybe it's not. Maybe this could be a character for Sarah Michelle Gellar's character to fight.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe she was playing a good guy, not a villain.
Right.
I mean, it's possible.
Right, no, absolutely. So it should be interesting to see where this character goes. I always like introducing new characters because it kind of opens more doorways to also like that character, kind of like how a lot of us like these Clone Wars characters. We have, more chances to like more characters, and I think that's always cool. It's always cool to bring back characters, and I'm also hoping it's Barriss, but I think if it's a new character, I'll be excited, too. So.
Yeah, we're always more than open to accept new characters. I mean, you can never have enough of new characters.
Right.
In Star Wars.
So speaking of old characters returning, we've got Hondo Ohnaka back at it.
I'm so happy.
Yeah, voiced by Jim Cobb. Did you guys get excited by this?
Yeah, I'm just saying he looks really old as well. Everyone's aging really quickly in the Star Wars universe.
Yeah,
He
definitely
shrunk
old.
too.
He shrunk.
Yeah.
I don't know about you guys, but at first, when I see all these Clone Wars characters appear in Rebels, I have a little bit of a difficult time adjusting because of the animation style. I think the only person I really didn't have a hard time adjusting with was Obi-Wan.
I adjusted to Ahsoka quickly.
Well, so did I, but it took me, like, the first time I saw Ahsoka, I'm like, ooh, that's Ahsoka.
Yeah, like something about this Hondo really throws me off, probably because I'm just used to the Clone Wars one. But I know once we get him talking and all the great things he brings to the show, it'll change after that. But I do like the Clone Wars animation for Hondo a lot better.
Well, I think what Nabil was saying is the horns that are underneath him were not present in the Clone Wars. If you take that away,
No, they weren't that long.
right,
They were shorter.
right. So if you put it to normal length, I think it would look like Hondo from Clone Wars. And obviously he's got a different outfit on too, so it's completely different.
Yeah, it's supposed to be new, you know.
Right. And I'm
looking into it too much.
I'm okay with it.
I'm
like
okay
it a lot.
with it too. Yeah.
So, and of course we get Ahsoka back at it in the trailers. Yeah, I'm freaking excited.
Asking the gang if she could join her.
Yeah, I'm so happy about this. I really like the design of her character a lot. Like her outfit.
I just like what her outfit signifies, like a samurai-like thing. Her lightsaber hills, like kind of curved, is pretty sick.
Yeah,
man, she's kick butt.
Yeah.
The color tones are really good for everything. Even because the outfit matches very well. Not to get like designer here, but I don't know. It's appealing, just overall.
Oh, it is. I totally agree. And I think one thing to note also with Ahsoka is we'll talk about that during the season premiere talk. We've gone over the trailer enough, so I think we're good with the trailer. The only other thing to note really in the trailer is the fact that we see this B-wing, and obviously we see Vader versus Kanan and Ezra, which we'll talk about in a little bit. But without giving any spoilers away, we're going to go ahead and stop talking about the trailer. We're going to go ahead and dive into the Season 2 premiere itself. So if you guys do not want to hear about the Season 2 premiere, I suggest cutting it off right now. Stop watching. If you don't want to be spoiled by it, we're about to do a complete spoiler talk on the Season 2 premiere of Star Wars Rebels. So if you don't want to know, I advise leaving and coming back. When it premieres, you can come back to this time point in the video and you can see our thoughts on it when it actually premieres. So this episode is called The Siege of Lothal. Now, this is, again, a movie. It's not actually part of the series itself as episodes. That's not confirmed. That's not official. That's what we're just thinking at this point. Siege of Lothal. This episode primarily is based on Lothal and in space. And this episode primarily deals with the Ghost Crew adjusting to the rebellion and Ahsoka and Vader. Anybody and any of us who thought that Vader was just a cameo, nope. He's more than just a cameo. He is a main player in Star Wars Rebels. So, dude, that's pretty exciting.
At least in the first two episodes, absolutely. He has a important role in all that. I really like how, in the beginning of all of them, the episode literally picked off right where Season 1 ended.
Yes.
They're in a battle, they complete their mission, and then Kanan's having a hard time adjusting, being a part of, like you said, the rebellion, or what's soon to be the Rebel Alliance, I guess.
Yeah.
And he's just having a hard time, adjusting to it, and then, there's a clip from the trailer, of course, but it's the first episode that we see. And it was interesting to see that Kanan's having a hard time. Like, he wants the group to be small and kind of, the way it was originally, but clearly, for their own convenience, it shouldn't be that way.
Yeah, well, and also something to note about this scene, it was very Empire Strikes Back-ish when Leia and Han go into that corridor and and kind of argue. Dave specifically said that this season is their Empire Strikes Back, type feel season, and I can already, I think you guys can see it too. There's a lot of scenes in here that reflect that.
Well, I think when you see Empire Strikes Back and how prominent Vader is in that film, compared to New Hope, where he's barely in it, really. Vader's in this episode thick and fast, and I think, like you guys, I was bowled over at how much they invested and brought Vader into it, and also just James Earl Jones. I mean, it's rare you get that guy to do voice acting stuff these days. I think he's in his 80s now, so
Yep.
yeah, I think it's phenomenal, and it shows you the investment they're putting in this if they're willing to pay him and all the other voice actors such top dollar. So, well done, Dave Filoni.
Well, also, I think one thing to note is just having Vader there and seeing him and then just hearing that powerful voice behind him is truly something that no animated show has ever done. Like you said, Steve, to get somebody that's been in the Star Wars film since 1977 and has been so iconic for this character to come back in what people are calling, just an animated series. It's not just an animated series. It is a full-blown Star Wars series that is so good. I mean, these 2 episodes, like Clone Wars, man, these 2 episodes blew my mind at how powerful they were, how dark they were.
They were really dark.
It was a perfect tone of light and dark. Like, it wasn't too dark. Yeah, it was pretty dark. It was pretty dark.
I was just going to quickly see that background, that shot that you've got, could almost be Bespin. Look at the kind of orangish glow behind it and the style of the buildings, and it's definitely that vibe about it. I don't know, something about it.
No, absolutely. They've done a really good job capturing, again, iconic moments from the films. And I think what's cool is, like, Vader is like, you know what? You fools cannot friggin' find these rebels. I'm here. I'm stepping in. I'm going to find them. Get away. And so I think
that's exactly the case.
What's cool is, so it kind of opens up the whole Imperial thing with Minister Tua, who is tasked to find the rebels, and she's got a short amount of time, and she contacts the rebels and basically says, I'm scared for my life. I'm being truthfully honest here. I don't want to be a part of this empire anymore. And at first everybody's kind of not.
They don't trust her.
They don't trust her. But yeah, Ezra is the one who said, she's telling the truth. We got to go save her. And I thought that was kind of cool, where we get an Imperial. I don't know if we've ever seen this, where we've seen an Imperial try to go to the Rebel Alliance because they're so scared. I don't think we've ever seen that before. So it's definitely cool.
Basically, they have her under close watch.
Right. So basically, how the episode opens up is they've got to somehow, go into Lothal without being seen. So we got Kanan and Stormtrooper Commander disguise going on here.
Love it.
Yeah. It's only a matter of time till Hasbro.
Yeah.
they freaking better if not. I'm doing it custom.
Yeah, I think they will. I think they will with a removable helmet. Maybe Sabine in her new hair. That'd be cool.
Oh yeah, that's a given. We'll definitely get that one eventually.
That'd be
Unless
cool.
they decide to cheap out and just repaint the Sabine they already made with the helmet.
Oh jeez.
I just wanted to dive back just for 1 second and get your guys' thoughts on Agent Callus. I loved what they've been doing with him recently, just making him. He's really withdrawn. I think he's seen the Inquisitor's death, and he's really just playing it safe. He knows Tarkin's there, and who was just so mean and so well done with Stephen Stanton, and now Darth. There's something about him. I don't know what it is, but we should get him on the show at some point. He's such a. I love his voice, the actor. He's really doing a great job with him.
David Yellow was phenomenal.
Yeah.
He's a phenomenal actor.
Yeah. Really.
He's one of those people in Hollywood, and I like that he does this, where he's getting up there in Hollywood, and he's basically like, well, look, it's a big thing to do to turn down all these roles to still be a part of Star Wars, and he's definitely sacrificing a lot of time to do this, and I think that's what's really cool. The passion is there. He says that his kids love Star Wars, and I'm sure he's doing some of that for them. And this guy is he's a class act. This guy is.
Yeah.
So, I think that's really cool.
Definitely. So they go save Tua, right?
Yeah.
And holy crap, what happens next?
Yeah.
What is it? They get into what was the ship they were trying to get into?
There was an Imperial shuttle, and Minister Tua ran into it, and it exploded.
Yeah.
Basically, they were framing the rebels. They had it set up.
For killing her.
Yeah, so they knew. And this scene is basically where Kanan's kind of running away, and he's not shot, but Callus is trying to shoot him. Trying to say that they're traitors and that this is what the rebellion's about. It's about death and destruction and whatnot. And so, Lothal thinks, they're bad people again, thanks to the Empire. I don't know why the people of Lothal are so
They're pretty
clueless.
stupid.
Yeah, they must. Well, every single one of them have like the same character design. So I guess it's the same Lothal people over and over again.
Yeah.
Just a side thought and a comment. I could really see the characterization of Agent Callus developing into being a bit of a defector and going toward the rebels if they keep going the way they've been going. And I don't know, I just get that vibe that they're setting this guy up to, he's realized that the Empire are just a ruthless bunch of buggers and he's seeing these rebels all the time. I don't know, I think they could really begin to affect Callus and actually bring him to the aid of the rebels and maybe defect. I don't know, just my thought.
I've been thinking, I feel like if they're going to do that, it has to be something where it's meaningful to Callus.
Sure.
Because we got to also remember that Callus is responsible for a lot of bad things. Like, he was the one who gave the order to kill all the Lasats, and that affected Zeb in a big way. So, as far as...
Yeah, forgot about that bit.
Yeah. I mean, as far as...
I feel like he's evil to the core, like a Tarkin sort of thing, just...
Sure. I forgot about that, actually. I thought, taking that out of the equation, I thought, what has he done that's been so bad? But yeah, absolutely right. Of course he has, yeah.
Right. I think it'd have to be something...
Could always turn around.
That's true. It'd have to be something where, like, Vader or somebody really, really betrays what he trusts, what he thinks.
They just want to dispose of him just because.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I could see that happening.
It's a possibility, but for now, I really don't think so.
Yeah. We're getting some questions here in the comments about when Season 2 premieres. We don't know.
Date. They just said summer.
Yeah. We don't know.
I'm sure maybe by Star Wars weekends, if not like during the first weekend, maybe the last weekend, they'll definitely say a date, a solid date.
Yeah.
So wait till Star Wars weekends, and then hopefully we have an answer for everybody.
Right. So I think we'll know soon enough. I forget who confirmed this, but I think it was Dave. They said that they don't know the date yet. That's why they didn't announce it. There's not a date secured for it yet. So they're probably still thinking. I'm sure it'll be June/July time. I can't see it being. These episodes are ready, so.
Yeah.
I could see it being soon. Okay, so the rebels take off in this vehicle. It gets shot down. Obviously, this is part of Vader's plan. This was all Vader from the beginning. Their craft gets shut down. And the rebels...
Vader's overseeing it from a building.
Yep. And so basically the rebels have to, they're trying to get to the next shuttle. And they also learned that Tarkin Town has been bombed. They bombed Tarkin Town, which is kind of the place where all the refugees go who don't have food or water or anything because of the Empire. So that just kind of shows how dark this show can get. I mean, because everybody's been introduced to these people. We know how helpless they are. And, now we know they're all dead. So,
which that sucks.
Yeah, there's definitely Empire vibe going. So, Ezra...
I say Empire / New Hope, like when Aunt Beru and Uncle Owen died.
Right.
It felt like that too a little bit.
Right.
The Empire's just letting you know, hey, this is what we're willing to do to get what we want.
Right. And like Ezra, he's greatly affected by this, and he starts to say he's not afraid, and Kanan's like, well, that's kind of what I'm worried about. Dude, you're not afraid of these people. And I think that's something that kind of shows where Kanan's training is. As a Jedi, you can't let fear get in because that's the path to the dark side. So you can see that Ezra is slowly becoming a greater Jedi. So
yeah. I mean, you can definitely see his maturity compared to season 1.
Yeah.
But also, they also have the chat that, that they're basically the only two Jedis at the moment.
Right.
And back then, during Kanan's time, there was 10,000 Jedi Knights, protecting the galaxy, and now it's just them two.
Right.
And so.
I mean, it would also make a really interesting story, and I could see it the way they've developed the character of Ezra so far, that Ezra could turn to the dark side.
Yes, he could. Oh, yeah.
Very, very easily. The young and impatient and angry and kind of...
He's a Luke Skywalker.
Yeah.
Younger, though.
Yeah, or an Anakin. You just don't know. He's probably more Anakin, I think, than Luke in my mind in the story. And again, I think that would make quite a realistic aspect for it as well. That it's not all sunshine and lollipops in the Star Wars universe. It's just because it's Disney. I mean, I don't know. They don't always have to be heroes. They can turn bad. So.
Well, and I think also, like Ezra, like you said, it can go either ways. We've seen him use the dark side before. Those are little.
Yes.
Right. These are little seeds they're planting from season 1 into season 2. Whether it's foreshadowing or it's just showing that you got to overcome that. There's definitely plot lines being set up for something like that to happen. So.
Yeah, and it can definitely go either way. And so whatever happens, we can either be surprised or we can be like, yeah, we figured this is what would happen.
Right. Also, I see some comments regarding the premiere in the summer. It's 100% going to be in the summer. It's actually, I got an email from Disney PR, and they said it's definitely in the summer. It's going to be premiering as a 1-hour movie. So it's definitely coming. Okay, so in this specific scene, as you can see, the rebels are freaked out. What are they looking at? Well, let's show you guys what they're looking at. Right in front of them, you hear... Well, first off, when Ezra is traveling to the planet, they set this up in a cool way. He says, I feel cold. I feel very uncomfortable. I feel like there's this presence looming over us. I don't know what it is, but, I don't feel right. And Kanan, I think, felt it too. And now, before they turned around, Ezra said, I feel that coldness again. And boom, you get Vader just looming over them, lightsaber ignited.
But they don't get to fight right now, do they? Don't they fight towards the end?
This is towards the end. There's still 15 minutes remaining in the episode.
Okay.
So they're on the platform, they're ready to go. Vader's ready to go.
This was insane too, by the way. This was holy crap.
Right. So Kanan and Ezra tell them to go, so they handle it, and you can see the fear on Ezra's face.
Yeah.
And
both of them.
Yeah.
There's two things that struck me in this scene, and one of them was how similar, jumping ahead, long story short, Kanan and Ezra, the collapse of the ATSTs, I think it is, that fall down and kind of, you think it's crushed Vader. And then, he clears it and up he rises. That was a very similar moment in one of I think it was Marvel #1 in the comic.
yeah.
Where Luke does that almost spookily the same. And then another segment just 2 seconds later was where Kanan and Ezra jump aboard the open wing shuttle, which reminded me of Episode 1 with Qui-Gon and Anakin, is that Darth Maul appears and then they spring jump up to the ship, and I don't know, that's what jumped out at me when I watched it, and I just thought, wow, that was really kind of similar and drawn from those 2 points of the comic, and they probably weren't, but that was just what I thought.
Yeah. No, I agree. I remember reading that, and I was wondering where the similarities were. I knew I'd seen that somewhere, so yeah, I remember that now. Yeah, I think, again, a lot of this continuity, when the groups sit down, the Lucasfilm story group, they probably were like, okay, Vader can survive this. You can do something like that in Rebels. So.
Well, I think it was an ATA in the Marvel comic from Emperors,
Right.
or whatever it was. It was huge. So yeah, this is nothing. This is child's play.
So here we have Vader.
Just beating the crap out of Kanan. He was toying with them. It was awesome.
Is it just me, or did you guys think Kanan was about to lose his arm?
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
I thought a limb was about to come off here.
That's a serious armor that he has
Good
on.
thing it wasn't on his other shoulder.
Definitely.
What I liked about seeing this too live was when you could feel Vader like when he hit Kanan's lightsaber.
Yeah.
I love that so much. Yeah.
The clash was just awesome. And then the fact that, do you have the next shot where he grabs like Kanan's hand as Kanan tried to stab him?
Yeah.
Yeah, right there. Oh my god, dude. That was just, man.
Yeah.
This is why I like what they're doing with Vader, because they're not making him look like a General Grievous.
Right.
Revenge of the Sith, you see Grievous, a complete kick-butt character where he can't really lose, to seeing him in Clone Wars, and he sucks on a weekly basis.
Yeah.
With Vader, they're making sure that Vader is as top-notch kick-butt of a character as he is in the movies, that he is not weak, especially against this group of rebels.
Well, now Freddie, said in the press conference that Vader's in his prime. He's.
Oh yeah.
He can easily. He could have killed Kanan right here, but like Nabil said, he was toying with him.
Yeah, he's just toying with the rebels.
Yeah, this is definitely something that's going to be carried out, and I think I'm super excited about that. That Vader is not just some character coming into the show. When he is there, man, you get chills,
Mm-hmm.
When he's there, something bad's going to happen.
Right.
So, it was a miracle that him and Ezra and everyone else even made it out alive. It was pretty sweet also how when he knocked out Kanan, he was using the Force in order to have like Ezra kind of cut his head off.